Hey guys, welcome back to the Oilers Rundown. Today I want to cover the latest speculation on the Oilers, focusing mainly on the coaching situation. The day started a little scary as reports surfaced that Connor McDavid wasn't at the morning skate, but it turns out he just had the morning off, so nothing to fear there. Dave Tippett reported that Nuge will be seeing doctors tomorrow in Edmonton, and that goaltender Mike Smith remains day-to-day and will not be in the lineup. We also heard yesterday that assistant coach Glenn Gulletson was placed in COVID protocol. Here is the reported lineup for tonight. A top line of Zach Hyman, Connor McDavid, and Jesse Puljujarvi. A second line of Warren Foegele, Leon Draisaitl, and Kyler Yamamoto. A third line of Devon Shore, Ryan McLeod, and Kyle Turris. And a fourth line of Tyler Benson, Derek Ryan, and Colton Sevier. On defense, Darnell Nurse and Evan Bouchard in the top pairing, Duncan Keith and Cody Ceci in the second pairing, and Slater Cuckoo and Tyson Barrie in the third pairing. Mikko Koskinen will have the start in goal, with Ilya Konovalov backing him up. I'm glad to see Foegele is back in the top six, but just looking at this lineup, you can see how badly the Oilers need additions. After the top six, who's the Oilers' best player? Ryan McLeod? I know Cassian is out, but I don't think he's been much of a factor this year, even when he's in. Regarding the Oilers' coaching situation, it's been pretty much universal within the Oilers' mainstream media that Dave Tippett won't and shouldn't be relieved of his duties, at least not yet. The main reasons cited are the injuries and COVID situations that the team has been forced to deal with. Ken Holland and Dave Tippett have also had to deal with 2 shortened seasons, and at the end of the day, have a strong winning record in the regular season since arriving. The glaring mark against them is in the postseason, where the Oilers have a 1-7 record. On the 32 Thoughts podcast with Elliotte Friedman and Jeff Merrick, Elliotte went over the following key points. As had been previously reported, Friedman again confirmed that Ken Holland has not contacted Mike Babcock regarding the Oilers' coaching situation, so for now at least, I think we can put that rumor to rest. Jeff Merrick points out that despite what Holland did in the offseason, the Oilers still have the key holes that need to be filled: third-line center, left-shot D, and goaltending. Friedman states that for the Oilers, missing the playoffs isn't an option. The Oilers owe it to Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl to go for it. The Oilers aren't trading Evan Bouchard or first-round picks for rentals. Friedman says the Oilers are probably out on Ben Chiarot now, and again confirms he's hearing they are out on Jacob Chychrun. The Oilers will likely be looking at players with term. They have to be money in, money out deals. At this point, I think the Oilers' next move is going to be a trade of some kind. I'm just not getting the sense that a Dave Tippett firing is imminent or likely. I've seen some people point out this would likely be a good time for the Oilers to do it. They are playing just 3 games over the next 2 weeks, and the opportunity is there to almost have a mini training camp. It's a fair point, but like I said, it seems unlikely. It looks like Ken Holland is going to go the trade route first. From what I've read, a goaltender is the top priority, and it trickles down from there. If the Oilers can bring in a true number 1 goaltender, it could probably mask some other problems for the time being until they have time to address them. But who is that goaltender they can bring in? A name I've heard mentioned recently, Linus Ullmark in Boston. From the sounds of it, Tuukka Rask is close to returning in Boston, so they could go with him and the young Jeremy Swayman, making Ullmark available. He's on a 4-year contract at $5 million per season. The Oilers wouldn't have a problem making that work this season if they can move Koskinen, but for the next 3 years to come, it would require some major maneuvering. Some other names I've mentioned in trade proposal videos are Marc-Andre Fleury and Semyon Varlamov. Fleury would likely have to be a rental for the Oilers, and Varlamov is signed for next season too at $5 million. It's definitely not an easy situation to figure out. I think that's all for now, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic? Thanks for being a fan. I'll see you guys later today for the Fanatic Rundown. Take care, guys.